U.S. President Joe Biden's hand might be strengthened back at home with the latest U.S. Senate win, while at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations annual summit in Cambodia's Phnom Penh, he forged an important strategic partnership. As the meeting drew to a close, Biden promised to deepen ties with the 10-country bloc. The initiative comes as the U.S. seeks to boost its influence in the region in the face of an increasingly assertive China. Biden is due to meet with China's President Xi Jinping at the G20 summit in Bali on Monday. We can now speak to DW correspondent Georg Mattes, who is in Phnom Penh. Hello to you, Georg. So ASEAN, as we just mentioned, has signed up to this strategic partnership with the U.S. What exactly is that going to mean?
It basically means that relations have been lifted to a new level, so we will see closer economic cooperation, but also closer strategic cooperation. There was a good example here for closer maritime cooperation, because the US president suggested using private satellite networks, for instance, to track down illegal fishing, so to track ships in the South China Sea more effectively. A lot of illegal fishing going on, for instance, by China is what Southeast Asian states are concerned about. But one has to say it is largely symbolic. It is an upgrade in relations that China already got last year. So it will really depend on what the US and ASEAN will make of this.
So some advantages for the Southeast Asian nations, but what about President Biden's benefits of this? Is he leaving the summit in a stronger position than ahead of his meeting with Xi Jinping on Monday in Bali at the G20?
I'd say most certainly it was a good opportunity to meet with allies, not just from Southeast Asia, but also from East Asia, because today is the ASEAN East Asia Summit. It's also been an opportunity to gain new allies and to talk with them about various subjects, everything from South China Sea to Myanmar. One has to say, however, the real problem that Biden faces in this region is that Southeast Asian states don't want to pick sides, and there was a good picture of that illustrating it at yesterday's gala dinner. The US president and the Chinese premier were seated on either side of the host Hun Sen, the leader of Cambodia.
Well, meanwhile, the U.S., Japan, and South Korea talked about North Korea. Georg, how much of a role has the recent escalation of tensions played at the summit?
It is, of course, a concern for regional stability in a region that was particularly hard hit by COVID. Economically, for many countries, that is a big concern. So the last thing they would like to see is an escalating conflict in North Korea, and the latest missile tests in North Korea are very much a concern. At today's sidelines of the East Asia ASEAN summit, South Korea, Japan and the US will meet and have bilateral or trilateral talks. And a key issue will be North Korea, because the hope is that the American president will use his meeting with Xi Jinping, the Chinese leader, at the G20 meeting in Bali to put pressure on the key ally of North Korea, that is China, to cool down a bit.
DW's Georg Mattes in Phnom Penh. Georg, thank you so much.